By the way, I recently got to meet your grandpa, who says he watches all of these videos and interviews on YouTube. So can I say shout out to your grandpa? Is that okay?
Yeah, for sure. He's been a big fan. He's watching all your stuff, and so he's appreciating all you do.
I appreciate that. Family's pretty important to you. I also got to meet your mom on their last trip out here during the Thanksgiving holiday. I know your siblings are into hockey, dad's into hockey. What does family mean to you?
Everything. Like, I know it's, for me it's pretty easy to say, like, everything for me. Growing up, it's always big family. I got four brothers, one sister, and it's been really busy at home, and my dad, my mom has done a hell of a job for me, and riding me for practice and stuff like that. So yeah, it means a lot for me.
When family is so far apart, like physically, how do you guys do it? How do you stay close? How do you stay in contact? And there's a time difference too, right?
For sure, it's a small window you have to after this practice. It's 1 o'clock here and it's 10 o'clock in the night at home. So you got to make a quick call maybe and see how they do it, or in the morning or in the days off we got, I usually talk for an hour or two with them and see how they're doing. So yeah, I figured it out.
Just watching your game evolve from the very first time you ever played in a Sharks uniform, I feel like defensively things have really come around, especially this year, and you and Wenny kind of have a good thing going together. How do you measure, though, your improvement defensively? There aren't the same, maybe, stats for that? How do you look at it?
No, it's something that, you grow as a player and as you mature too in this league. I feel like defensively, that's if you want to win more games, you gotta be better defensively. I think that's what we as a team has been this year, and me as a player too has been better defensively.
Yeah. Your approach, and knowing you a little bit personally, you're an easygoing guy. You're a nice guy. I feel like you're just very friendly.
Yeah, I would say. I hope so.
Well, wait, but here's my question. Can you be that same easygoing, friendly guy and be successful in the NHL, or do you have to kind of be a little bit of a jerk on the ice?
For sure, you have to be a little bit of a jerk, in different types of way. Sometimes you're a rat, sometimes you laugh at guys and do your stuff. But you also, outside of hockey, I'm just a regular guy who loves to play the game of hockey.
Yeah. So I've noticed recently on part of that attitude thing, you've been in the box a few times lately, and I don't know if people are understanding of this. There's no barrier between the two penalty boxes, so you could say whatever you want. You've been communicating with the other person corresponding who may have also taken a similar penalty. Is that part of maybe just timing? Are you trying to be a little bit more verbal? What's going on there?
Yeah, I know it's something that just comes out with a heat of the moment.
Right.
You don't think about it too much, but when it happens, it's fun.
I've also noticed that in pregame, you have the AirPods in quite a bit. You don't have to tell me everything you listen to, but what are the types of things you're hoping to get out of music? What does music do for you to get ready?
A lot. Going to the rink, I feel like I put the highest volume I can in the car, just trying to do all my stuff. And,
same way.
Yeah, and then I do Swedish rap, and I do all different type of stuff. Avicii, Swedish House Mafia, all this different type.
What's crazy to me is that song Levels came out so long ago,
yeah.
But it reminds me of covering Sharks games like I've been doing for a while, and every time I turn the corner and go up 87 North, I turn that song on. I still turn that song on.
Really?
I don't know why. And rest in peace Avicii, but that still gets to me for some reason.
Yeah.
The tank gets me excited, that song gets me excited. Big Avicii guy, by the way. This team this year has had a lot of games that come down to the final minute or so, close games, win or lose. I'm curious, how do you think you are in those critical moments as a person? Are you tight, tense? Are you normal, calm? And how do you think the rest of the team handles those moments too?
I think, as we learn this year, I think we get calmer and calmer. I think that's something with last year. We tend to be a little more tense, and that's what's, we kind of shoot us in the foot sometimes. And this year, I feel like, me and the whole team, we just have that calmness in us, and that's something that's really good to have in a game, because it's a lot of tight games.
November was such a good month for the Sharks. We're here at the beginning of December. I'm almost sad that it's over. I wanted it to just keep going, but maybe it will here in December. What was it about that month? Like, the team kind of felt like it had some momentum, and honestly, the best Sharks month in quite a few years.
For sure. I feel like, everybody was buying into the game plan, and that's something that we've been talking about before, but I really think that's what's the biggest key. We all bought into it, and we all had each other's back, and that's something you're just gonna keep going.
You're barely 23 years old, just turned 23, right?
Yeah.
In October. Do you feel like, if Mac and Will and Mies and Dickinson are kids, you don't feel like them though, right?
No.
But you also probably don't feel like Wenny or Revo. Where do you fit in feeling on this team?
Right in the middle of the mix, I'm what do you call it? Upper younger guys.
But you know a few things by now. Like you've done this season before a few times. You know a few things that maybe others don't.
For sure, I feel like I'm more mature, more experienced, and that's something that these guys gonna learn too. But I don't know if I'm getting old, but I'm still young.
You're the oldest young guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Two more things. We mentioned Ryan Reeves. I don't know if you had an idea of what he would be like as a teammate, but now that he is your teammate and you've seen him operate and you've seen him inside and out, what did you not know about him before, and what are your takeaways from him now?
I didn't know him at all, like a person before.
Right.
But just being around him and being in the locker room, and he just brings the energy every day, and on the ice he brings a lot of energy just with his hits and how he plays the game. And our whole fourth line has been really good this year, consistent. So, they make plays every night for us.
So last thing for you, where do you see your game going next? Again, you're just 23. There's a lot of steps I think you have in store and hope you have in store. Yeah. What's next?
For me, next is just, keep evolving my game, keep getting better, keep being in those dirty areas and, get some greasy goals and, keep going from here. I want our team to be even more successful.
All right, Eki, I appreciate this. I did not bring you any Swedish candies. I apologize. Maybe next time.
It's good. I got a ton from my grandpa mom at home.
Oh.
So they just brought me, so it's fine.
I will see you next practice.
Yeah, thank you.